Welcome to the Rivals episode of the Hovercar Origin series. We're doing a double episode this time, a twofer. It's the epic battle from the beginning of time. Ford versus Chevy. Mustang versus Camaro. Low emission clean burning fusion energy versus good old fashioned combustion turbines. Red versus blue. Let's begin with the 69 Boss Mustang. This is build number 17 of my Origin build series. This started out as a 1/25th scale Revell kit. It's painted Tamiya metallic blue over a silver base coat. The matte black is also Tamiya, one of my favorite paints to use. I prefer to use a spray can when possible. I'm not very good with an airbrush, I just don't have the patience. The 69 Camaro, the original model kit, was the 427 Yanko Camaro, a 1/25th scale kit by Revell. I originally built this car back in the 90s. After I built the Mustang, I came up with the idea of making the rivals, Mustang versus Camaro. And that's when I took this old model and refurbished it into a jet-powered monster. The Camaro is painted in Tamiya metallic red over a silver base. On the hood, I made some cutouts and I added some intakes for the two side thrusters. These are made from Gundam pieces, and I've painted them the same scheme as the car. The four headlights are cool white LEDs. They're 3 volt. The two outside lights are 3mm, and the two inside lights are 1.8mm. I added the two dots in the center because those were a little too bright. If you've seen my other cars, you'll know that I love aggressive intakes. Those two on the hood, well, those were borrowed from our friend the Mustang. That kit came with louvered windows, or a louvered window in the back that I obviously didn't need. And I used it for the hood louvers on the Camaro. The headlights on the Camaro are the same as on the Mustang. The two large headlights are 3mm, 3 volt cool white LEDs, and the fog lights are 1.8mm, 3 volt cool white LEDs. I had used LED lights in a few of my kits before, but this was the first time I had ever tried the LED flames. It's also the first time I tried the polyfill, which is the smoke cloud that lies under the car. The side thrusters are made from V8 engine blocks. This is a common way that I do most of my side thrusters. The V8 engine block is attached to the suspension, and then the styrene tube is mounted to the cylinder heads. It's an easy way for me to make side thrusters. One of my favorite parts of this build is these side vents. I cut the body out, added some side gussets, and that really gives it a nice cool factor. The flames were made with styrene tube stretched over heat, and as it tapers off, they're cut, and there is a 5mm cool white LED inside each of these styrene tubes that gives the light throughout the styrene tube. They're painted with a gradient of transparent blue. The polyfill. I did spray a little blue and a little bit of purple throughout the cloud for an effect. So let's turn the light down a little bit and get a nice gradient, nice glow. I used the same technique to make the side thrusters on the Camaro. Took a half a V8 engine block and glued it to the frame and the suspension. Then disguised the V8 engine block with Gundam bits and pieces. I then copied the louvers on the hood and made them match on the back part of the fenders. And then I also kind of copied that look with the louver back here. Very aggressive, very tough looking, as any Camaro should be. The flames are made from styrene tube, then stretched over a flame, painted with a gradient that goes from red to orange to yellow, and the flames I sprayed with transparent yellow, transparent orange, and then hit the back end of everything with a Tamiya matte black. Looks excellent. You know, the rocks kicking up from all the force of the jet thrusters. I made the rear thrusters out of styrene tube and crafted some afterburner fins and just really tried to put a lot of detail on them. These are made from sheet styrene that's been wrapped into a tube and taped and glued over wheel rims. This intake on the back here, I don't know where I got that piece, but here's a little look at how that was made. I love the split tail fin. It's got a hinge mechanism. There's a quick peek on the interior. A red flight yoke. Not much else going on in there. The two rear thrusters are Gundam pieces from some Gundam's backpack. I don't know who it belongs to, but they make some cool thrusters. Please notice the tail lights. I removed the originals and replaced them with styrene stairs. I use the styrene staircase quite often. And then the taillights that I took off this Camaro are now on my current build, which is a 67 VW bus that's going through a midlife crisis. And on the back window, I added some kind of mechanical devices. And my tail fin is missing one of the little winglets. This car is a couple of years old. It's been sitting up in the attic and pieces just vanish. There's a total of 16 LEDs on this model. There's 2 on the rear thrusters, 2 on the tail lights. There's 2 on the rear thrusters, 2 on the front thrusters, and 4 in the front. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 lights. And this is powered by 2 AA batteries, so it's just 3 volts. The Camaro has 2 more lights than the Mustang does, and that's the 2 extra lights that are in the taillight assembly. The Mustang just has 1 that lights up the 3 light bars because they're so close together. But the Camaro has 2 extras. So we've got 2 on the thrusters. We've got the 4 back here, so that's 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, and 18. And these are powered off 2 AA batteries that provide 3 volts to the whole system. I don't honestly know how long they'll stay lit if you leave them powered on continuously. Who wins the race? Who's your favorite? Leave a comment. I am a die-hard Chevy fan. Especially a Camaro. I love Camaros. But of these 2 cars, if I had to pick one, I'd pick the Ford. I'd pick the Mustang. To me, it just looks more finished. It has just a cooler look, and I do like the blue and black combo. I do like the flames on the Camaro. I think they turned out better, and that's probably due to just the bright colors. I think if I had gone back and added a little more blue into these flames, they probably would be a little more vibrant. Just overall, I think the Mustang looks better. If you like this video, please click the like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you for your time. And if you want to see another video in the series, please click the link above. Thanks for watching. Bye.